Hello everybody, I hope you are having a wonderful day. My name is Daniel, and in this video I'm going to be talking a little bit about self-sabotaging behavior. So self-sabotaging behavior is something that probably all of us do, at least to some extent, even though we might not be aware of it. But this is a major problem in our lives because often the only barrier that is holding us back is ourselves. You will feel like you keep getting to the same point in your life, but then something will happen, whether it's you, whether it's someone else, whether it is something out there. But how do we recognize if we are sabotaging our own success, or whether it is some sort of external influence or something is happening, or maybe we're just unlucky? Well, think about the timing of it. Every time you are on the precipice of making a big step forward, or you are very close to actually achieving something that you want, something will go wrong, and it won't just be one time, it will happen again and again and again, and you might be aware of it, you might not be aware of it, it doesn't really matter, but the point is that something keeps obstructing your success, and unless you really deal with this issue inside out, it's probably going to keep happening. So the first thing you can do is just be aware of it. Do you have any recurring trends in your life that every time you seem to get to a certain point, something happens and it just knocks you on your ass and you're back to square one? But awareness is one thing, it's not going to be a game changer unless you actually take action on it. So a big part of overcoming self-sabotaging behavior is to work on our self-worth and to realize that we are worthy of the things that we want. Because if this core issue is always there, and we always feel unworthy, or we always feel like we don't deserve something, even though we do, even though we put in the work, and maybe you are the best person for that particular thing, you will keep putting up these barriers and these obstacles, and even if you are aware of it and you get through sort of one roadblock, then you'll find that there will be more roadblocks and more roadblocks, and it will just be an incredibly difficult journey. So you need to work on actually feeling better about yourself and getting to the core of the issue. Many of us have these complexes where we feel we are insecure, we aren't worthy, we don't have self-love, we don't have self-worth, and we feel like we shouldn't be able to succeed in a certain area of our life. And if we do start succeeding in that area, then the unconscious mind will kick in and put up a wall to prevent us from actually moving forward in that area of our life. And often when we spend our lives in a similar situation, our identity becomes somewhat attached to that situation. So for example, if you have always lived in poverty, it's going to be a threat to you on some level of your consciousness to actually make a lot of money and be successful. Because it is familiar to live in poverty. Even if it is a situation that sucks and you don't enjoy it, it is familiar. Of course, this goes without saying that once you do recognize where you are making these faults and holding yourself back, you need to actually change your decisions and change your actions and make sure that you follow a different path or a different course of action than what you are used to. Because of course, if you keep going down the same road to the same behaviors and actions and doing the same things every time this particular situation comes up, then you will keep having the same result. So once you are aware of it and you see that this situation is coming up again, this is make it or break it, do something different. Realize that you are very likely to sabotage yourself and do whatever is in your power to not do that. Really think about it, give it a lot of thought, introspect on it a lot, and just be careful with your decisions. That's really what you need to do. At the end of the day, it's not rocket science. You don't need some crazy formula to stop self-sabotaging. What you need to do is just recognize when you are self-sabotaging and then take a different course of action when you are approaching that point. But of course, awareness is crucial because often we are unaware when we are self-sabotaging and we project it. We project the blame, we think that it is always someone else or something else or some sort of circumstance when actually it's us. So we need to take it back, we need to take it back in and assume responsibility for whatever is happening, because if a certain event keeps happening in your life, and again it's a reoccurring trend and it happens like clockwork, you need to take responsibility for that, because that is the only way that you will recognize you are creating this situation, and that you will keep having this same result again and again until you actually take responsibility and change the action that is driving the outcome. So don't be too hard on yourself, don't worry, it's okay to be human and to make these mistakes and to self-sabotage at times. If you do sabotage something and you're like, I blew the opportunity again, why did I do that? Don't worry, it's going to come up again. This situation will arise again, but just make sure that when it does, you are in a better frame of mind, you are more aware of the situation and how you sabotaged it, and reflect on the previous situations as well. So think about what you actually did. How did you ruin these situations? Or what string of events led to the deterioration of that situation and led to that particular outcome? So what can you do to learn from that, to make sure that you don't do that again, you don't make these behaviors or these actions again, and you actually take a step for your own growth and start reinforcing stronger habits? We are all beautiful human beings and we all deserve to have great lives, and you are absolutely no exception. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.